Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you're well. We're back in Oakland Zoo and this is the finale. So last episode we finished building our last habitat, which was the binturong. And I said that I still had a whole load of stuff I wanted to do off camera. Well, luckily I've had time to do that. And so this is it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little walking tour of the zoo. I'm going to go around anti-clockwise, which is roughly the direction that we built the zoo in, and kind of discuss what I did and what my thought processes were, what I've done off camera, what I like, what maybe I don't like. I don't know. We'll see what happens as we go around, and then obviously I'll show you the sort of the aerial views as well at the end. So these boards were something that I did sort of halfway through, and I needed to come back and do some more, so I did do that. So we've got the foxes there, we've got the emus, we have the kangaroos. So this was one of the new ones that I did, which was the hippos. And then if we come round this way, we have the pandas. Now, there wasn't a flat panda, so this has become a 3D billboard here, using one of these little statues, which actually I think works really nicely. So there's Adam and Poppy. If you don't remember, my name is Adam and my newborn daughter is called Poppy, which is why I renamed the pandas Adam and Poppy. I also did a couple more. I did the orangutans, and again I had to use the statue because there were no decent flat pictures of orangutans. And then over here we've got the binturong. not the best picture of a binturong, this flat one here, but I kind of like it, and it just about fits on there. So I didn't do all the animals. I thought that was a bit over the top, and there weren't decent things to use for them all. So just sort of did some of the key ones there and spread them out around this opening area. So the opening area here, the idea is here that you've got 3 different ways to walk, and that people would kind of spread out. Of course, in real life, it just doesn't work like that. People would take the quickest route from A to B, which in this case actually would be this one here, I think, but people don't seem to use it. But never mind, that's life. Flower beds, you've got statues hidden in these flower beds. I kind of like that. You have to kind of go searching for some of them. So you've got the little crocodile in there. Big deer at the end here. Got a penguin over here. I haven't actually got penguins in the zoo, but I kind of think that maybe at one point they had penguins, hence why there's a penguin there. You've also got a lion there, and there's not a lion in the zoo. There's not a gorilla in the zoo either. So it's lots of statues of animals they don't have. Never mind. It just looked good, let's be honest. It just looked good. They've got a big stag, so at least that one is there. Oh dear, never mind, oh yes, and this is the stag. This is the little topiary stag that I created with the little plaque here. Well, I didn't create the stag. I created the little plaque that suggests that there's a bit of writing on there. And this is our Oakland Zoo welcome. This is our nice little open sort of entrance area here, which I do quite like. So I finished this sign on. So you've got the animal farm, the binturong, reptile house, emu and wallaby. So obviously not all of the animals are mentioned on the zoo, just a few of the key ones. Obviously the 2 big attractions, which would be the reptile house and the animal farm. So what did I do first? I think I did the foxes first. I was really pleased with how this habitat turned out. You can see the little foxes here playing with the boxes. Foxes playing with boxes, that's good. Yeah, nice habitat, pretty simple. Really trying to focus on details in this zoo, and I think I did a pretty decent job in that one. And so this was the first instance of our little custom pictures here as well. So I have now done these for all of the other animals, or most of them. I haven't done all the ones in the farm, but you'll see as I go around what I've done. This was my big custom staff building. So obviously inside you've just got a big block of all the different staff buildings, but on the outside you've got a nice looking big round building with hydrangea bushes and some food and drink machines all around it. Yeah, really liked that building. It came together quite nicely in the end. It was a bit tricky at times, but you know, you always have problems when you're trying to create these big round buildings. But actually, I think that one looks pretty decent. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. Then we did our little cafe over here. This was very customized, very odd shape, as you can see. Again, some nice detailing on the roof here. Really just going for sort of an African vibe, all the African windows and the covers and the masks, that sort of stuff. And just a few food and drink places there. And then you've got a little outdoor seating area here with a view over the pond. This is the deer, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, so you've got the deer here. So technically the deer can come right over here and interact with you while you're sitting down at your cafe. Nice little shelter here. I quite liked this little custom roof. I thought that came together quite nicely. Then over here we had our second animal. So these are our emus and our wallabies in here. Very happy, living together, running around like nutters, which is cool. Again, I tried to do custom fencing in a lot of this zoo. Made use of these new plants, these lovely foxgloves, and all the different meadow flowers as well. That's something I definitely want to do more of in the next zoo. Actually, maybe not the next zoo that I do. I'll explain what my next project is at the end. Again, using the little custom pictures here, all turned out pretty nicely. There you can see our magnificent stag. What was his name? Aslan, that was it. Yes, Aslan. I seem to recall. I think that's the name of the big lion in the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I believe that's why I like him, because he's called Aslan, which is cool. What have we got in here? We've got our lemurs in here. So this was our big lemur enclosure. You can see here. I had a lot of problem with this one. Because some of these items are climbable and others aren't. I had to completely redo the roof, as you can see, with a different type of wood, because they kept on glitching through the roof and escaping, which is never good. But yeah, this one turned out really nicely, actually. I was pretty pleased. Inside, I put a load of pathway down to give this gravelled floor effect. And that's something I definitely want to do again, because I think that looks really, really nice. Doesn't really look like a path. It looks like they've just put gravel down on the floor, which is exactly what I wanted. Obviously, it does look like it's used as a pathway, but it's not. These guys aren't walking on a pathway here. They're just walking. So yeah, so those are our lemurs. Looked pretty cool. Built a little lemur house just here as well for a zookeeper's hut. We move on and we have, oh yes, the lemurs have an outdoor area. I forgot about that. Completely unrealistic and daft because they could just escape. But yeah, the lemurs can come out here, down this little ramp here and over to here where they've got a little toy to play with. In fact, I think there's one on the way. Look at that. Perfect timing. Oh no, he's turned around and gone back the other way. He heard me. Oh well, never mind. Then we come to the biggest project, I think, in this zoo. This took quite a long time, didn't it? The reptile house. I had a lot of fun with this. It was a real challenge. I'm going to show you the aerial shot, as you can see. Big building, very customized, very odd shapes, 4 different roof designs. Really complicated, very, very tricky, but I think it turned out really, really well in the end. I was very pleased with that. So just outside here, you've got our capybara and our tapir in here. Again, relatively simple enclosure, nothing too fancy. Custom photos again down here. Yeah, really simple. Oh, here's our lemurs. Look, having a little play out here in front of everyone, showing off to people. That's cool, isn't it? We have our tortoises over here that you can see from this small seating area here. The seating area is there because inside we have got drinks machines, food machines, and a little cafe as well. Did these little palm tree areas above here because I had a gap and I thought it looked pretty cool having these sort of jungle plants hanging over the edge. I think that looks really cool as well, actually. This is a custom plant on the wall here. So this is the wisteria back bit, and then I just sunk some of these dwarf cornel plants in to create a whole new plant, basically, to make it look like a climbing plant. I like doing stuff like that, sort of custom plant things. So inside a reptile house we have lots of exhibits with all the different types of reptilian animals in. We also have some bigger exhibits. So we have our little dwarf caiman in the middle here with their cool little pond. Nice little, again, little details like the air vents down here blowing bubbles out, stuff like that. Lots of fun with that. Pretty fiddly, but again, I think it did look really good in the end. I liked using these the big sheets of sort of jungle look and these indoor plants as well. Makes it all look really cool. Very, very pleased with all that. And obviously this bridge coming over it as well looks pretty good. Come around the corner here, we've got more exhibits, and we've got our little cafe. So this is made using the little desks, and as you can see, I've just built over the top of them to make this nice custom frontage here, which I think looks really cool. Actually, I really like this. Got these animals at the back here. I seem to recall those are floating in midair. Yes, they are, but I wanted that sort of 3D look to them, so they are floating in midair. We've also got an air vent coming over the top here. Why not? Is that actually connected to anything, or did I just put it in? I think I put it in to cover something up, I seem to recall. Yeah, I'm not going to move that. I can't be bothered. I'm pretty sure I did that because I needed to cover something in the roof. But that's fine. I'm okay with that sort of thing. So coming along here, you've got all the outdoor areas of the reptile places. So we've got various tortoises here. So what do we have here? This is the giant tortoises. I don't know where they are. Oh, they're all around the corner, of course. Yeah. So these guys have got a little bed area in here, an outdoor area. They can come all the way around here as well into this bit. And obviously they can't swim, so they can't escape over to where the deer are. But technically the deer could come over here, although they can't escape from their home, and the barrier for their home actually goes through the water. So they're not going to come over here, but in real life they could. So yes, we've got them. Then next door we have the other tortoises, I think. Yep. So we've got the smaller tortoises in here, wherever they are. They're probably in their home. Yes, they are. Actually, no. These are the giant tortoises. We've got two of them in here. These are the smaller tortoises, aren't they? Yeah, of course they are. Silly me. So then we've got them in there. Come around the corner here. Lots of information boards. More exhibits. And we have our massive crocodile. So this guy is huge, Dian. So he's just on his own in there, as crocodiles often are in these places. And over here we have our Nile monitors. So we've got a couple of them out here. And again, they've got a nice little pond area there that they can get into. And then we've got one more cafe there, a couple of food and drink machines, a little outdoor area here that Dian, I should say, the crocodile can get out into as well. So yeah, the reptile house, I was so pleased with how that turned out. I really didn't know at the start exactly what it was going to turn out like, but I was very, very pleased with that. You may have also noticed, and I've just sort of given it all away, but I have gone around the outside of the zoo and filled it in with trees. So there is a nice backdrop now. You can see all along here. There are trees everywhere you look, all around the outside of the zoo, which I had a lot of fun with that. Just finishes it off. It just gives it all a nice backdrop, doesn't it? So like, you see, when you're in here, you look out and you're looking at all the treetops, which I really like. I think that it makes you feel like you're surrounded by nature, which is always a good thing. So then we come outside and we have our little meerkat habitat. This was quite a lot of fun as well, using these cactus and these were rock formations that I made using the faux rock pieces, meant to look sort of like termite mounds. Very cool. Really enjoyed doing this one. I built them a little shelter at the end here with rocks. I have no idea where they are. I can't actually see a single animal in here. Maybe they're all underground. I know they make little dens, don't they? Oh, there's one. There we go. I don't know how many are in here actually, but at the moment, one by the looks of it. How many are there? I'm sure I did more than that. Oh, hang on. Did someone just escape then? How many animals are there? 4. Okay, so there's not many anyway. Let's unbox them all. Not sure what's going on with them. They might have escaped. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the exhibit is done. That's the main thing. Good fun. Lovely big statue at the end there. So you walk around the corner, you can't miss the fact that there are going to be some meerkats in this habitat. I put this hedging in as well as the trees in the backdrop. Originally my plan was to put a play area in here. I just never got around to that, and to be honest I lost enthusiasm for that. So it's just become a nice wild area. I left the long grass there. You've got this hedging around here just to stop people going onto it. But yeah, I think that looks really nice actually, and I like that I've left it fairly bare so you can see through to the distance. It really sort of brings the hills in the distance there kind of into your viewpoint. I think that looks pretty decent. We've got our hippos over here. So these are two pygmy hippos. This was built using a very large round wall that I created, and then obviously just deleted all the bits I didn't need. And they got a little house here as well with a window that you can see into. They're not there at the moment. They're out here. Look at that, having his breakfast. So again, nice custom pictures that I've made on the walls here. Very simple enclosure. I use these lovely big statues. I love these. They're usable in so many different types of habitat. A little bit of steam around them as well. Makes it all look a little bit mysterious, doesn't it? So yeah, really enjoyed doing that one. This was an interesting one. So this is a new walkthrough enclosure. So butterfly garden. So I just went a bit nuts with making lots of nice pretty flower beds and shrubs and trees and things. And then in the middle of this there is actually a habitat. I'm not sure quite where it is, how you click on it. Oh, there we go, butterflies. So that's the habitat. You can see it's there, it's just invisible. So pretty cool idea. I really do like that they put these in the game. So yeah, as you walk through here, you can see there are butterflies all over the place. You see them flitting about. You'll see them if you get up close here. You can see them all sitting on the feeders. There are feeders, there are little houses. You can see there's loads of little butterflies on here. I did put quite a few in so that they're really obvious. So that's really cool. I really do like that they've added that. I really hope they add more of these walk-through animals. It's a very, very cool idea. Oh, someone's desperate for the loo. So yeah, I just tried to make this area just look as sort of insect friendly as possible. So got these lovely big bee bug houses as well. Very cool. Really had a lot of fun with that. It was something I hadn't done before. And then obviously I put the little details of like the hose pipe and the there's a wheelbarrow over here, this sort of thing. You know, a little trug here with a trowel in it, that kind of stuff. I love doing little details like that. Then we come around the corner here. We've got another utility building, so a very simple little staff building with a little back area here, just a few details. Then we have actually let's do our red deer next because there's not a lot going on with these. These guys are just in here having fun. This is the oak tree, which is the reason why it's called Oakland Zoo. So this is the big central tree the whole zoo is built around. So the red deer live around the base of that. However, the star animals, Adam and Poppy. Again, we have our little custom photos. So these are our pandas. Absolutely wonderful animals, pandas. Never seen them in real life, but I would like to one day. So they obviously I went with a nice sort of Asian themed building. So you've got, oh yes, our funky toilets. I love this. I love the sign. And then look at that for a quirky little toilet block. I mean, it just looks bizarre, doesn't it? But you know, I love that. I love that it's got this weird road leading up to it. Yeah, it's very quirky. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, doing all the gateway here and then the main building in here as well. Very simple sort of stuff, but when it all comes together, it really does look good. So yeah, I was very pleased with that. Got the bridge out here as well. Oh look, got a little panda having a swim there. That's nice, isn't it? Is that me or is that Poppy? That's little Poppy. Very, very sweet. Lots of bamboo, of course, because that's what they eat. So yeah, there we go. That was our little. That's probably the most heavily themed habitat in the whole zoo, I think. But I think it works. Looks really good. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, I do apologise for that. It's the worst thing in the world when you're trying to do a commentary recording and you get a sneeze halfway through. You can't do much about it, unfortunately. Anyway, on we go into our farmyard. So this was another idea that I had where I wanted to build one of these big red barns. So this is a big American style barn. You still see them in America quite a lot. I really wanted to try and recreate it, so I did, and I think it turned out pretty good. Actually, I was quite happy with this. It's quite an awkward shape. You can see I've not quite perfected the graphics there, but trying to fill all these little gaps in to get the shape correct was quite hard, I'll be honest. But worth it in the end. I think it looks pretty decent. Inside it's all just all over the place. But that's fine because you're not meant to look inside. Just enjoy the outside. But the idea is we've got all these animal exhibits that use the entrance there, you see, as a way in. It's a bit janky with these because these doors are way too small. It's not perfect, but you know, I had fun and it looks pretty decent, so I don't mind. So we've got aardvarks, we've got otters, we've got anteaters. On the other side, we have a couple of goats. Well, they sheep. Are these the Dorl sheep actually, aren't they? Oh no, the ibex. Sorry, the alpine ibex. We have. Is that the wombat? Yeah, the common wombat and the red pandas here at the end. And then around the outside, excuse my dodgy camera work, we have a couple of llamas. Oh, these are the Dorl sheep. Ostriches. The horses. Oh yes, and the warthogs. Always love to have a warthog. So this is a real farmyard atmosphere, basically. All sorts of small animals, essentially. These are all things that you could sort of interact with. You could stroke them, touch them, lean over, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I think it worked out really nice. So let me just show you sort of an aerial shot. So yeah, I think this. Ooh, would I say this was my favourite part of the zoo? I don't know. It's hard to say. I did have a lot of fun with this, and it did work out well. But I still think probably the reptile house was my favourite bit. But yeah, well, anyway, on we go. Then I came over here. I had this big lake and I wanted to do something with it. I created a small sort of seating area up here on the side as a viewing platform, and then I built this big old random stone monument in the middle as a little area where they can come out and sit down. So you've got in here the red cranes, we have flamingos, and we have, I think somewhere, yeah, here we go. So we've got a couple of wallabies on the land here as well, which is pretty cool. I don't think I put anything else in here in the water, did I? Any seals or anything like that? I can't remember. I don't think I did. No, I think it was just them. Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it? No random crocodiles or anything. Oh yes, I built a nice big fountain in the middle as well. I love doing these fountains. I'll definitely be doing some of these in my next zoo because they're so over the top, but I just love them. I think they look fantastic. So yeah, that was a pretty simple habitat. Not really anything too clever with that, to be honest. But it was fun, again, just making it all look pretty and suitable for the animals. So yeah, that was good. Then we came over here. We did our orangutans. So they have this large wooden structure in the middle that they can also get underneath. And yeah, nothing too fancy. It's probably this. I think this is probably my least favourite exhibit in the whole zoo, to be honest. It didn't quite come together how I wanted. I originally wanted it to look like a big tree house, but it ended up just being a big wooden house, really. Not the best thing I've ever built, I'll be honest, but you know, that's what happens sometimes in this game. Things don't quite work out how you want. But there we go. They're fine. They're happy. It's a good exhibit. It's decent. Actually, probably the best thing about it was when I was building this was when they introduced the null paths, which is where you could remove the edging from the pathway. So this was the first bit of path that I did, including this little bit here, as a null path. So the pathway is obviously a big triangle here with a hole in the middle here, but you can't see it. And then you just paint the terrain and it all blends together. And this is the best thing that I've ever done in the game. Simple as that. It really is. You can see here it just looks like one large area where people could walk all over, which is what real zoos look like. So I've put these benches and the shades and that down the middle. It just looks really, really nice. I'm really, really happy that they added that and that I could start using it. I'm hoping to use that a lot more in the future. Then I had an idea here. Actually, I think it was someone else. I think it was a couple of you guys who actually suggested doing this. I said I wanted to do a cafe here, a sort of an interactive cafe, and I think people suggested the badgers or the lemurs or possibly even both. So that's what I've done. So you walk in here, you go to the cafe, but you've got badgers and lemurs on each side of you. They can climb up and go over the top of you here. They've got a little cave over here. I had fun with this little cave, sort of detailing the outside here. Oh, there's our little lemurs playing up on the hill. Yeah, obviously, again, it's not realistic because they could just escape. They could climb over the fence. They could hop over here onto this bit and just walk out. So completely unrealistic, but you know what? It looks cool. Had a lot of fun. They can do lots of cool climbing and stuff. So yeah, I don't mind that it's not realistic. I kind of liked it. Quite like the little sign that I made here as well with the two animals in one there. So yeah, that turned out pretty good. And then our last animal was this one, the binturong. So this was again pretty simple habitat. I really wanted this habitat to look nice and overgrown, like the animals could really get up back here and escape from people if they want, sort of go and hide in the jungle, but they've still got areas out here where they could get to as well. So yeah, had fun with this. This was a shelter that I'd actually used in another zoo, one of my own custom ones, so I reused that in here and gave them a few nice platforms and lots of foliage. Again, pretty simple, but I think that turned out pretty nice. So all of these last animals have all got the custom pictures as well. So this is what I've been doing off camera, is this sort of stuff. So these little media pictures like that. I didn't do it for all the animals, so I didn't do it for the badgers and the lemurs. I did it for the orangutan here. I didn't do it for the farmyard animals. I didn't do it for any of these because they're not special ones. I did it for example, the deer. I just did it for the stag. So I've got a nice picture of the stag as land. So he's got his own little thing, but none of the females have. I do love this bit that they can come through the water here and come right up to the fence where the people are here. They've got their couple of feeders over here as well. I really like this enclosure actually. It's a nice wild enclosure. If you look at it from up here, you know, they can come right over here. They could also come right into here and interact with the tortoises. They can even actually come in and interact with people through these windows technically. So yeah, I think that worked out pretty nicely. So that's it. That is Oakland Zoo. Let me show you from above, so you'll see what I did with the trees. So the trees go all the way around the whole thing now. It's all one big thing, but I didn't copy and paste at all. Every tree was individually placed. So it did take a while, but you know, I just wanted that nice blend of colours and foliages and heights. So basically everywhere where you walk around down here now, it just looks like a nice natural backdrop. Everywhere you look, you've just got that natural backdrop of trees. The only place that I changed it a bit actually, I think, was behind. No, it wasn't actually. I changed my mind. Originally I wasn't going to put any behind the panda habitat here, but actually I did end up putting a few in there. So yeah, ignore what I just said. But yeah, I think the backdrop looks really nice. I do. I think you just feel like you're surrounded. You're sort of in this little enclosed circle of trees, which is very cool. I really liked it. So there we go. What did you think of Oakland Zoo? So I've managed to do this. This is episode 61. I think that's a decent number of episodes for this sort of size of zoo. I'm really pleased with how the zoo looks actually. There's a really nice flow to it. There's a nice variety of structures and habitats and different animals. I think it all came together very nicely. There are things about it that I would change. Like I said, I didn't really like what happened with the orangutan habitat. Other than that, I'm not really, you know, against any of the rest of it. I think that was the only habitat that I really didn't think turned out how I wanted it to. But other than that, it was all pretty good, and I think it looks nice. I really do. Let me know what you think. What do you think? Oakland Zoo, the finished project. This is the first zoo I've ever actually finished, so I'm quite chuffed with that. And it's because I've kept it small. I mean, as soon as you get too much bigger than this, your computer just starts dying. Unless you've got a supercomputer, you just can't. You can't keep going. It just stops being able to run, basically. So this is what I'm going to do with my next zoo as well. It's going to be this sort of similar sort of size, probably. So my next zoo, let's move on. Let's talk about the next zoo. I think I have briefly explained what I want to do before. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologise. But yeah, basically, I want my next zoo to be a very modern zoo. So it's going to be a lot less sort of foliage based. There's still going to be foliage, but it's all going to be very formal, sort of formal flower beds, formal shrubberies and hedges, that sort of thing. Trees in lines, that kind of stuff. Almost quite an Italian feel to it, I think. I want there to be lots of white, lots of wood, lots of glass. So when I say white, I mean sort of the limestone white walls, that kind of thing. And just as modern as I can make it. Again, it's going to be like money is no object. This is not going to be a realistic zoo. I'm not going to have backstage. I don't know. I just want to do something completely different to this. This is a very natural looking zoo. I want to do something the complete opposite. I don't know if it's going to work because I want to try and do hidden paths as much as I can. I want to use height quite a lot, so I want lots of staircases and things, and that gets really tricky to do when you're trying to manipulate land as well, because you have to build the habitat entrances on land. You can't have them floating in the air, so you can't build a sort of a fake floor and have a habitat on it because you need land underneath it to put the gate on, which is really annoying. Because I'd love to do a zoo with lots of sort of raised areas that aren't on top of the land. But I just don't think there's any way of doing it. I don't know how you can have an entrance that's not on land, or I suppose that there's probably clever people out there who can manipulate land so that you could just have a little chunk of land underneath the entrance or something. But I'm not that good. Let's be honest. I'm not that good a builder. So I don't know. I'll figure out what I want to do as I go along. Maybe I'll build downwards more than upwards. That's an option, isn't it? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I want to really do a lot of building work. I want lots of structures, almost like everything. Everything is a structure. Even a staircase will be a structure, and a walkway will be a structure. There'll be just walls everywhere, barriers, raised flower beds, that sort of thing. Lots of pillars and archways. I don't know. It's just something I want to try. It might work, it might not. I might be rubbish at it. I might get bored of it. You guys might not like it. We'll see what happens. I just want to try, basically. I have no idea what animals I want to put in there yet, but I've got a rough idea of how I want to start with the entrance building. So we shall see. So I'm going to crack on with that as soon as I can. I might get some time at the weekend. So I'm recording this Thursday night. I'm hoping to get it edited in a minute and put it out for tomorrow morning. I may get started on the new zoo at the weekend, but I might not. It's a bank holiday weekend here in England, so I've got 3 days. But I've also got a baby, and I've also got parents visiting on Saturday. So, things going on, so we'll see what time I get, but hopefully I'll be back with you pretty soon. And I'm going to continue playing Foundation, my other series that I've got going at the moment. I want to get some more of that going, and I do want to spread my wings a bit out into some other games too. So let's end it there. So I just want to thank you all for your support in this zoo and on my channel in general. I love doing all of this for you guys and for myself, and I really do appreciate that you guys stick with me, enjoy my videos, leave me the odd comment and the odd like, and that you kind of understand my life situation at the moment with a youngster in the house. I really do appreciate that you guys are still sticking with me and hopefully still enjoying what I'm putting out into the world. So yeah, thank you, big thank you for that. You really do appreciate it, and long may it continue. But until I see you again, do take care of yourselves. Enjoy the sunshine if you're here in England with me, because it's going to be a nice weekend apparently. So yes, do enjoy whatever nice weather you can experience. And I'll see you again soon. Until then, take care. Bye for now.